Hello and welcome to this relaxing yinyasa yoga class. We'll begin with a nice breathing exercise to calm the nervous system and then nice slow deep stretches that will hold for a couple of minutes each. So let's begin on the mat in a nice seated position, our legs crossed. You can have your hands on your knees. I like to put them palms facing up just to have a nice receiving energy. And close your eyes and sit up tall. Let's begin with a few grounding breaths. A deep breath in, lift your chest and expand it outward to the front of the mat. And then exhale, bring your shoulders down. Another big breath in, lifting your chest and your chin slightly. And then exhale, bring your shoulder blades together and down your spine. Now let's do alternate nostril breathing. I really like this pranayama exercise because it calms the nervous system by engaging both sides of the brain. We'll begin with our right palm in front of our face and then place your thumb on your right nostril and take a deep breath in through your left nostril. Once your lungs are full, close your left nostril with your ring finger and hold. Release your thumb and breathe out of your right nostril. Once your lungs are empty, breathe in through your right nostril. Place your thumb on your right nostril and hold. Release your ring finger and exhale through your left nostril. And we'll do one more round together. Breathe in through your left nostril. And once your lungs are completely full, close your left nostril with your ring finger and hold. Release your thumb and exhale through your right nostril. Once your lungs are completely empty, breathe in through your right nostril. Place your thumb on your right nostril and hold. And release your ring finger and breathe out of your left nostril. Once your lungs are completely empty, do that again on your own a few more times. And the next time you exhale out of your left nostril, release your hand down to your knee and take a couple normal grounding breaths. Just deep inhalation, filling your lungs as much as you can with both nostrils, breathing in the fresh air. And then exhaling, letting it all out and just relaxing into the seated position. Now go ahead and begin to make big circles with your head, the top of your head, as if you're drawing big circles on the ceiling above you. Move very, very slowly. Make it a nice engaging stretch, but very slow and gentle. Bringing your ear all the way to your shoulder. And then dropping your chin towards your chest. And when you're ready, reverse directions. And come back to a neutral spine with your chin parallel to the floor. Take another really deep grounding breath. And on your next inhale, raise your arms up overhead and lift your chin and gaze upward. And then exhale, forward fold, walk your hands all the way out as far as you can, and then just let your head drop. If you want, you can let gravity pull on your head here, or you can place a couple blocks under your head just to make it a nice, comfortable pose. And we'll hold here for a while. Just take nice, deep breaths and let your body melt into this posture. And slowly walk your hands back towards your body. Lift your body upright, and then however you were sitting with your legs, go ahead and uncross them and cross them in the opposite way with the opposite foot on top or in front of you. Now take a deep breath in, reach your arms up overhead, and then exhale, forward fold, walk your hands all the way out, drop your head down. Walk your hands back towards your body, lift your body upright. And now we're going to come onto our hands and knees into tabletop pose. Just bring your hands about under your shoulders and your knees a little bit wider than your hips. And take a deep breath here, lifting your tailbone and your chin up towards the sky. Drop your belly button towards the mat. And then exhale, tuck your chin and tailbone and reach your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Inhale again into cow pose, dropping your belly button to the ground, lifting your chin. And then exhale back into cat pose, pushing your shoulders up and reaching your tailbone towards your knees. Move through this cat-cow, following your own breath. And take a really long time to move from one posture to the next. Just go nice and slow. Come back to a neutral spine, and then take a deep breath in and reach your right arm all the way up to the sky and turn your gaze to look at your fingertips. And then when you exhale, bring it under your body over to the left side of the mat. Drop your shoulder and your ear to the mat, and then you can adjust your left hand so that you're comfortable and pushing gently against the ground for a deeper twist. And we'll stay here a while, so just take nice slow breaths. When you're ready, come back to tabletop, bringing your right hand back to under your right shoulder. And gently shake your tail out a little bit, making nice sweeping motions, super slowly. Just loosen up the spine after that deep twist. And then come back to stillness at center. Take a deep breath in, reach your left hand all the way up, turn your gaze upward, and then exhale your hand under your body over to the right side. Drop your shoulder and your ear. Gently push against the ground with your right hand and take nice slow breaths. When you're ready, come back on up to tabletop position. And then just walk your hands as far forward as you can and drop your elbows down. We'll come into puppy pose. You can put your chin on the mat or your forehead, whatever is comfortable for you. Take nice slow breaths, expanding your rib cage so that it comes closer to the ground with each breath you take. Lift your head off the ground and then walk your hands back towards your body, under your shoulders. And now take a deep breath in and reach your right foot all the way back as far as you can. And on the exhale, bring it straight out to the side on your right. Drop your foot down, plant it on the ground. And then slowly walk your hands forward. Come back into puppy pose with your arms. Let your head hang and lift your tailbone up towards the sky. And then we'll just stay here for a while, so take nice deep breaths. Lift your head off the ground, walk your hands back to under your shoulders, and bring your right knee back to under your body. Now we'll do the same on the other side. Take a deep breath in, reach your left leg straight back, and then exhale it over to the left. Drop the sole of your foot onto the ground. Walk your hands forward as far as you can. Drop your elbows and your head. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky, and then take nice slow breaths here. Walk your hands back to under your chest. Bring your left knee back in, and then spread your knees as wide as the mat. Sink your hips back, and we'll have a wide child's pose. Walk your hands forward as much as you can and drop your head onto the mat. Take nice slow breaths, focusing on trying to touch your rib cage to your inner thighs on each inhale. And then with each exhale, just let yourself melt. Imagine your body melting into the mat as you exhale, like you're deflating a balloon. Breathe like this for a while. We'll stay here for a couple of minutes. And when you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands all the way to the right side of your mat. Feel a nice deep stretch in the left side of your body. Drop your head down and continue with the nice slow breaths. Now walk your hands all the way over to the left side of the mat. Same thing. Look for that stretch on the right side of the body. Drop your head down and continue breathing. Walk your hands back to the center of the mat and then up towards your body, lifting your body up off the ground. Bring your knees a little bit closer together so that your thighs are pretty much parallel. And then with your hands still on the ground in front of your body, turn your fingertips to face your body with your wrists facing outward. And you can press them down into the mat as much as is comfortable for you. You don't want to overdo it. And we'll just rest here comfortably for a while, so make sure it's not too much. Breathe deeply and slowly and just relax into this nice wrist stretch. And slowly lift your palms off the mat and then turn your palms towards your knees with your fingertips still on the ground. And then roll your fingers and the tops of your hands down towards the ground until you find the stretch that's nice for you. If this is too much, you can bring your hands to your sides and put the tops of your hands down on the ground. And we don't want to put any pressure, just giving a gentle little stretch. Once you find your stretch, we'll hold here. And slowly roll your hands back upright. And then place your palms firmly on the ground in front of you. Lift your hips and tuck your toes underneath. We'll try to get a nice stretch in our soles of our feet and our ankles. And then walk your hands up your thighs and bring your body upright. We'll take a couple really deep breaths here. This can be intense for some people, so feel free to come out at any time. But if you can hold on, stay as long as you can. And release, bring your hands back down to the mat, and then lift your knees off the ground and bring them towards your chest. Walk your hands back towards your body, and then tuck your chin towards your chest, and take some nice deep breaths. We'll hold here for a little bit. And with your chin still tucked against your chest, slowly lift your hips up towards the sky, coming into a nice forward fold. You can keep your knees super bent. Just let your body hang, let your head dangle. Feel free to pedal out your legs a little bit, kind of finding a nice stretch in the backs of your legs while letting gravity release any pressure or tension in your back and neck. And then slowly walk your hands forward, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here. Lift your hips towards the sky. Get a really nice stretch in the back. And let gravity pull on your head. Just release it. Shake it out. When you're ready, find stillness, pushing your heels into the ground and lifting your hips up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath, trying to bring your stomach towards your thighs. And then slowly lift your heels, coming onto your tippy toes. Tuck your chin towards your chest and bring your shoulders up and over your wrists as far as you can. And once you do that, untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are on the ground. Drop your hips towards the ground without actually touching the ground. Lift your chin up. Take a deep breath here in upward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips back up into downward facing dog. And then take a deep breath here, pushing your heels into the ground and lifting your tailbone up towards the sky. we'll do that again. Lift your heels up towards the sky and really push up on your shoulders as if you're doing a rolling cat pose over your wrists. And then untuck your toes, drop your hips, and come into upward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Tuck your toes and lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Push your heels down towards the ground and take a nice deep breath. And then move through this rolling motion, rolling forward over your wrist and then dropping into upward facing dog and then back into downward facing dog. At your own pace, continue as much as you'd like, breathing deeply at each posture. And anytime you need to, you can drop into child's pose or back into downward facing dog. This is really all about relaxing. And the next time you come into upward facing dog, drop your hips and thighs down to the ground and then walk your hands forward so that way you're resting on your forearms with your elbows resting on the ground. And we'll come into Sphinx pose. Lift your chest upward into the front of your mat and lift your neck so that it's just an extension of your spine reaching upward. Chin is parallel to the ground. And use the ground, pull against the ground with your hands to pull your chest forward. Take a couple deep breaths here. And when you're ready, lift your right knee towards the right side of the mat so that your right leg is bent and your right thigh is perpendicular to your body. And then push your hips in towards the ground as much as you can. And we'll hold here for a while, so get comfortable. You can put a bolster under your chest so that way you have something to rest on. And now walk your left elbow and hand forward a little bit, and then bring your left hand up to the base of your head and rest your head on your hand, bringing all of your weight onto your left side. And then reach back with your right hand for your left foot and pull it in towards your lower back. And if you'd like to relax a little more into this posture, you can drop your left hand to the ground and rest your left ear on your arm. Release your left foot, bring your right arm back in front of you, lift your body up, come back onto your elbows, and bring your right leg back to meet your left leg, coming back into Sphinx pose. Take a deep breath, lifting your chest and bringing it forward. And when you're ready, bring your left knee over to the left side of your mat, bending your leg and pushing your hips into the ground. Once you're comfortable, take a deep breath, and then we'll stay here for a little while. And slide your right hand completely forward. Bring your right ear to your right arm. And then reach back for your right foot with your left hand. Take nice slow breaths. We'll stay here a while. And release your foot down to the ground. Bring both hands in front of you, lifting your body up. From here, just roll over onto your back. And bring your knees up into your chest. Hug them as tightly and comfortably as you can. Take nice big breaths, trying to fill the space between your body and your thighs with your chest as you inhale. We'll hold here for a couple minutes. And when you're ready, release your left leg down to the ground in front of you. And then using your left hand, pull your right knee all the way to the left side of your body. Reach your right arm straight out and then turn your gaze to look at your right fingertips. We'll stay here a while, so if you'd like, you can put a block or a bolster under your right knee to make it a little more comfortable. Or even a little bolster or towel under your right shoulder to bring the ground closer to you. Slowly bring your right knee back into your chest. And then bring both knees into your chest and give them a good squeeze. Take a deep breath. And now release your right leg out in front of you. And with your right hand, pull your left knee over to the right side of your body, down towards the ground. And reach your left hand straight out and turn your gaze to look at your left fingertips. And again, you can put something under your left shoulder to make it a little more comfortable, or a block or bolster under your left knee. Slowly bring your knee back into your chest and bring both knees into your chest. Take a deep breath. Release both of your legs straight out in front of you. And then reach your arms up overhead as far as you can. And then walk your heels all the way to the left side of your mat. And then reach your hands to the left side of your mat as well, creating a nice banana shape with your body. And let your shoulders just melt into the ground and take a nice deep breath, and we'll stay here for a couple minutes. When you're ready, slowly walk your heels over to the right side of your mat, and then bring your hands over as well, and we'll do a banana shape on the other side. And we'll stay here for a while. come back to center. Bring your hands down by your hips, palms facing up. Spread your heels as wide as your mat. Let your feet fall outward. And this is our final resting pose, Savasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, melting back into the mat. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. I recommend as long as possible. Thank you so much for joining me for this relaxing yinyasa class. If you liked it, then give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe.